Hello and welcome to my all dear third standard students in today's science lecture. This is Rohan sir from Mehendi English School, and I warmly welcome to all my dear students to today's video lecture of science. I hope that you are following my lectures regularly and you are doing your work, you are finishing your notes, you are whatever is given to you in your group, you are just following it regularly, because we don't have any other option now. This is the only way you are going to cope up with the portion, with the teachers, with the different subjects. So as you all know that in the previous lecture we have just done the revision of hard words and question answers, as it was demanded by some of the students and some of the parents. Personally they have just demanded me. So you all know that we have completed from lesson 1 to 4 everything, and in the revision part, if you carefully pay attention in this revision part, I am very sure that by the time the exam comes you only have to just revise it once, because I always give you the chance to repeat the objectives, repeat the answers after me. So you need to grab that chance properly so that you will be easily able to learn the answers. Okay, so this is the content of today's lecture. What are we going to do? Let us see. So revision as per the students' request. Again, as you know that I'm regularly observing the feedback of the students. I'm regularly taking it into consideration that whatever your demand is always, like I have always used it very fairly, correct? So now, as per the observation, I am going to do the revision of lesson number 1, 2, all the objectives, correct? Not the subjectives, but all the objectives of lesson number 1 and 2, because this is what I have been asked to do by the parents and by the students. Many of the students have requested me to do that. They have requested that we have completed the revision of hard words and question answers. Now what about the objectives of lesson 1 and 2, the remaining objectives? So here in this session, I have tried my level best to cover up all the objectives. Yes, not all, but almost all the objectives have been covered in this lesson, this video lesson. And make sure whenever I ask you to repeat the answers after me, you have to do it as we do in all the lectures, correct? You already are familiar with my format. Let's get started. Lesson number 1, we are going to start with fill in the blanks, correct? Many of you pronounce it very incorrectly, fill in the blanks. No, it's fill in the blanks. Nothing is such like filling, correct? So it is separate, fill in the blanks. Anyways, the first blank is animals such as dash eat plants as well as the flesh of animals. So now the answer is bear, correct? This is one example. Many such are there, but this is one of the examples, correct? So you are asked that you have to just name one animal which eats the plants as well as the flesh of animals. Flesh of animals means the dead animals, correct? They eat the dead animals as well along with the plants. So example is bear. Okay, now repeat after me, my dear students. Animals such as dash eat plants as well as the flesh of animals. Answer is bear, correct? You might have seen bear, a big giant animal bear is. You know, if you are not seen, just I'll suggest you to see it from either from the Google or from the Discovery Channel. You know, you'll get to know many things about the animals over there. Okay, so let's move on to the next blank. The next is rabbits, rats and squirrels dash their food. Answer is no. See, I'm not refusing you. N-O, no is different, and G-N-A-W, no is different. The pronunciations are same though, but the spellings and the meanings are different, right? I already explained you in the previous lecture what is the meaning of no, correct? While I was explaining you the hard words. So repeat after me. Rabbits, rats and squirrels dash their food. The answer is no. Let's move on. The next blank is dash have very sharp pointed teeth to tear the food. To tear means to cut the foods into two half. Yeah. So here carnivores. Yes, I already showed you the photograph of carnivores animals in the previous lecture. If you haven't seen, I request you all to go to the YouTube link of that channel and to watch the video of hard words and question answers. In that video, I showed you the photo of carnivores animal. Yeah, this is carnivores and not carnivorous. Yes, the spelling is different. Carnivores. Okay, now repeat after me. Dash have very sharp pointed teeth to tear the food. Answer: carnivores. Repeat a second time. Dash have very sharp pointed teeth to tear the food. Answer is carnivores. Great. Now let's move on to the next blank. A dash swallows its food whole. Now here the question is, swallow means to gobble up without chewing it, to keep it to just eat it up without chewing the food into the stomach. Yes, it's gobble. So here the answer is snake. Yes, so if you might have seen the Discovery Channel, sometimes they show that how snakes eat their food. Yes, they directly gobble it up, and you can see perfectly if the snake has eaten say for example deer, you can see the shape of deer inside the snake's stomach, because they digest it, then they don't have to eat for 1 or 1.5 months. So this is how they just swallow without chewing the food. Yes, many of you might have the habit of not chewing the food properly, so then you get stomach ache and etc problems. Anyways, now repeat after me. A dash swallows its food whole. Whole means all together. Answer is snake. Repeat a second time. A dash swallows its food whole. Answer is snake. The next blank is a dash. See here A is underlined by mistake, so whether if you want to consider it or not, it is your choice. A dash has a sticky tongue for catching its prey. Answer is frog. Correct? If you might have seen the frog, hunting its, frog generally eats small insects or somewhat like that. So the snakes, the frog, throw out their tongue, and their tongue is too sticky that if they attack with their tongue on certain insect, the insect gets sticked to the tongue. Correct? So they have long and sticky tongue, the frogs. Okay. Now repeat after me. A dash has a sticky tongue for catching its prey. Answer is frog. Repeat a second time. A dash has a sticky tongue for catching its prey. Answer is frog. Okay, so that is the end of FB. Now let us move on to the lesson number 1. Match the following. I'm just going to quickly give you the glimpse and explanation of match the following, because you already have solved it, and here I have just kept directly the answers in front of the questions. Yes, I have not just shuffled the answers as I always do. You know my format and my method, right? So here the first question is bear. So the option matches to it is eats plants and flesh. Yes, I already showed you in the FB that bear eats both the plant as well as the flesh of the other animals, the dead animals. Correct? So it directly matches. Sharp front teeth. No, they will be able to know their food if they have the sharp front teeth. Yes? Okay. Cow. Chew the cud. Correct. So cow what do the cow do? They chew the cud. I already explained you what is the meaning of cud, my dear students, in the previous lecture. Yes, I already explained you. Still, if possible, I'll explain you later on. But cow chew the cud. They again and again chew the food, whatever they have gobbled up in the stomach. Okay. Fourth is lion. They have strong jaws. Jaw means the lower part of the mouth, correct? When you chew the food, your jaw moves, correct? The lower part of the mouth moves. So the lion have strong jaws. Only then will they be able to, hunt their food. Okay. Next is snake. Swallows. Yes, it was also there in the FB. Snakes swallow their food, correct? They don't chew, they swallow the food. Okay, so if you remember the FB, the match the following, some few answers for the match the following will also be very much easy for you. This is a trick. Okay, so now moving on to give two examples. Now we are going to understand the answers in which the question will be there, for which you have to just give two examples. That will be the answer in two words, a kind of. Okay, so the first question is animals that eat plant as well as flesh of the other animals. So you have to give two kind of examples of such. You have to just understand the sentence first of all. Without understanding, you will not be able to give two examples, right? So here you have to give the example of such animals that eat plants as well as flesh of other animals, right? So which are they two? Crow and bear, correct? Crow is a bird, black crow, if you have ever seen. Yes, I know that you have been like familiar to crow. And then second is bear, which already you have done in FB again. So this is very clear that if you remember the FB or any objective very clearly, very properly, very precisely, if you learn it, then you don't have to mug up the answers. You will be easily able to understand the question and answer it accordingly. So the answer, repeat the answer after me, students. Crow and bear. Repeat a second time. Crow and bear. Excellent. I hope that you are repeating the answers after me, because that will help you a lot to learn it. Because again and again, if you listen to something, again and again if you repeat something, obviously your mind is going to get it into the storage. Okay, the next question is animals that chew the cud. Again, cows and buffaloes, correct? So repeat the answer after me. Cows and buffaloes. Repeat a second time. Cows and buffaloes. Correct? So they chew the cud, correct? They just first they eat the food, they keep it into the stomach, again they bring it into their mouth and then chew it. So that is called the cud, C-U-D, cud. Moving on to the third one, animals that know. So rats and rabbits, C, R-A-R-A, R is common, so you will be easily able to learn this one. Okay, now repeat the answer after me. Rats and rabbits. Repeat a second time. Rats and rabbits. Great, excellent. Let us move on to the next one. Animals that use their tongue to lap up water or milk. Now you might be wondering, sir, what is lap up water and milk? We drink water and milk. What is the meaning of lap up? Is a laptop? No. This is not funny. See, lap up means to, when the cat and the dog, when any, like even the lion and the tigers, when they want to drink the water or the any liquid substance, they use the tongue, correct? So the way they use their tongue is called lap up. So animals that use their tongue to lap up water or milk, the answer is dogs and cats. Even the tigers and the lions do that, but you only are supposed to write any two examples, right? In the beginning I told you any two examples, not more than that, not less than that, neither less than that nor more than that, correct? So here just repeat the answer after me. Dogs and cats. Repeat a second time. Dogs and cats. Okay, excellent, excellent. Now we are moving on towards the write one word answers. So answer will be in the one word only. Most probably the answer will be in one word. If suppose if we need, we can increase the word, but basically this is answer in one word. So no sentence is there, no sentence formation is there. You don't have to worry about the sentence formation in answer in one word. And yes students, again and again I'll ask you to repeat. Please do that along with me. Okay, question 1 I will read for you. Animals that eat only plants, fruits and vegetables. See, this is not vegetables. Many of you pronounce it very badly. Vegetables, no. So if you are pronouncing it, it is wrong. It's vegetables. Second E is silent. So anyways, pronunciation is very much necessary, though that's why I am discussing it with you. So anyways, the question is the animals which who only eats the plants, fruits and vegetables, means not any kind of flesh of animals, no non-veg things, correct? So they are called herbivores. Yes, not herbivorous, herbivores. Now repeat the answer after me. Herbivores. Repeat a second time. Herbivores. Great. Okay, let's move to the next question. The question is animals that eat the flesh of other animals. So it should be animals that eat only the flesh of other animals. So they are called carnivores. Like herbivores, it is carnivores. Only the first half part of the word changes. The words VORES remains as it is. Okay, now repeat after me. Carnivores. Repeat a second time. Carnivores. Great. Okay, let's move further. So here the question is animals that eat plants and the flesh of other animals. So here you saw the example, right? Bear. I told you while I was discussing the FB that bear is one of such animals. So here what is the category of those animals who are eating plants and flesh both called is omnivores, correct? So repeat after me. Omnivores. Repeat a second time. Omnivores. Okay, let's move further. The method of feeding in which food is first swallowed and later brought back to the mouth for chewing. This is how the cow and the buffaloes do. This is called chewing the cud. Okay, I already told you that the cow and the buffaloes eat the cud, chew the cud again and again. Fine. So this is fair enough. This is very clear to you, I hope, so far. Now moving on to lesson number 2. My dear students, the name of lesson number 2 is keeping safe. Okay, so here we will just move on to the blanks, fill in the blanks for the first part, correct, of lesson number 2. The first part will be fill in the blanks, which we are going to discuss. So the first blank is we dash touch electric switches with wet hands. See, in the previous lecture I explained you we should not touch, correct, because if your hands are wet and if you touch, you may get the electric shock within the plugs, correct. In the rainy days, in the rainy season, monsoon season, you might have heard many cases they have got electric shock because of they just touched the electric switch, so this is very bad. You should not do that. You should properly dry your hands and then if needed you should touch the switches, correct. And earthing facility should also be there at your houses. Anyways, repeat the answer after me. We dash touch electric switches with wet hands. Answer is should not. Okay, let's move further. We should always dash while playing on swings. So the answer is wait for our turn. See, my dear students, I know that for lesson number 2 you already have written fill in the blanks. Those who have not, please write it down, please jot it down in your books with proper date. But I know that those who have written, you know that the options are there with these blanks, correct. At the end of the blank the bracket and the options are there, which I have not put here. I have just directly written the answer so that It's very straightforward. You only have to remember the answers. So the answer will only remain in the mind. Correct? Okay, now repeat the FB after me. We should always dash while playing on the swings. Wait for our turn. Great. Let's move further. We should use the dash crossing while crossing the roads. This is also which I showed you in the previous lecture. So my dear students, that is why I ask you to remain in touch with the lectures, video lectures, to constantly watch the video lectures, because one lecture is anyhow connected to the next coming or the upcoming lectures, the video lectures. So here the answer is zebra crossing. Correct? I showed you the photo of zebra crossing, how it looks. Okay, now repeat after me. We should use the dash crossing while crossing the roads. Answer is zebra. Okay, so next one is, we should give dash care to an injured person. While explaining you the first aid concept, first aid box, in which all the important bandages, Dettol, antiseptic creams, every emergency things are within that box. So it is a first aid kit. I explained you that in the previous lecture. So we should give dash care to the injured person, immediate care. So immediate care is given with the first aid box, first aid kit only. Okay, so repeat after me. We should give dash care to an injured person. Answer is immediate. Immediate means on the spot, without wasting any time. Like teacher tells immediately call up to your father and to your mother that you have not done the homework, let us inform. So immediately means without wasting any time, on that spot. Okay, next FB is, we should use an dash cream to wipe cuts and wounds. Wounds means the hurt you have got. So answer is antiseptic. Correct? Like soframycin and several different creams are there to cover your wounds. Sometimes doctors and sometimes the nurses applies on your wounds. So now repeat after me. We should use an dash cream to wipe cut and wounds. Answer is antiseptic. Wipe means to clean up. Okay, so that is the end of the FB session in lesson number 2. Let's see what's next. Give 2 examples of the following. Now this is the next part of lesson number 2. You have to again give 2 answers, 2 examples of the given sentence. So for that you need to understand the question, and accordingly you will be able to give the examples of that particular sentence. First question is, sharp objects that can cause injury. Yes, that can cause any kind of hurt is injury. Correct? On the human body. So there are many sharp objects, isn't it? Like sword, you can say the javelin, and then you can say the axe. These are the like in case all kinds of sharp object, knives. Correct? So see, here I have mentioned 2 of those examples, knives and scissors. Correct? So now repeat after me. Knives and scissors. Repeat a second time. Knives and scissors. I told you this is to be pronounced as scissors only, not Caesar, as scissors has the pair of 2 blades which helps you to cut anything. Correct? So if it is a pair, it is a pair noun, it is a scissors. Correct? Okay, let's move on. The next is colors of the traffic light. Again, it is linked anyway to the previous lecture. Like I showed you the traffic light, I showed you how many colors are there. There are 3 colors in a traffic light. Yes, red, yellow and green. Correct? We discussed the question answers on the same also. Anyways, here, as you only have to give 2 examples, you are not supposed to give all the 3 colors, because it is not allowed. You only have to give 2 and only 2 examples, not less than that and not more than that. So here, red, yellow. Okay, repeat after me. Red, yellow. Repeat a second time. Red, yellow. See, dear students, if you want to put green instead of red, if you want to put green instead of yellow, it's okay. It should be the combination of 2 examples. Like you can say red, green, you can say green, yellow. That is up to you. That answer will be correct answer. I will not mark as incorrect, so not to worry. Okay, because many of you are so much intelligent that you want to write in your own words. So that according to me is very good. Yeah. Okay. Next is things found in a first aid box. So which things are found in the first aid box? Yes, I showed you the first aid box yesterday in the yesterday's lecture, in the previous lecture anyways. So 2 examples which we have to give, I have selected is cotton and bandage. Bandage which you stick onto the wound after applying the antiseptic cream and the cotton. Okay, cotton you all know, cotton. Okay, now repeat after me. Cotton and bandage. Repeat a second time. Cotton and bandage. These are the 2 things. These are only 2 things which are included in the first aid box. Okay, so here students, I thank you all for watching the video, and before ending I must say that in today's lecture, let me just give you the glimpse of what we have done in today's lecture. We have done the revision of lesson 1 and 2 objectives, correct, in which FB of lesson number 1 was done. Let me show it to you so that you might get the idea again, correct. So in which we have done FB of lesson 1, and then moving on to that we have done the match the following of lesson 1, right. So I have just written the answers directly, and then I explained you why it is interlinked. The A part is connected to part B, and then moving on we have done give 2 examples. So in which you had to write 2 examples of the sentence, and for that it was mandatory for you to understand the question. Only then will you be able to write the answers. If you don't understand the question, it is of no use, correct. So that is why I explained you the questions of this give 2 examples, and then we moved on to the 1 word answers, in which again you only had to answer in 1 word, correct. The same thing students, here too you had to understand the question. Only then will you be able to answer that what exactly the question is demanding from you, correct. So moving further, then we jumped on to lesson number 2. Then in lesson number 2 we started with again fill in the blanks as we did same with lesson number 1, and then we discussed the FBs, and then after that we discussed give 2 examples. Again you have to give 2 examples. Again you have to understand the question properly. So why am I repeating these instructions? Because while at home, while you are learning, you should understand the question first. Only then the answers should be repeated, correct. So thank you for watching my video. I hope that regularly you are watching my videos, regularly you are doing your lessons, your homework which is there in your group, correct. Because if you will thoroughly, if you will accept this, I know that for you it is different environment to learn online, correct. So do with us. For us also this is different environment, but the show must go on, correct. The show must go on is a famous phrase, correct. You should not stop the show anyhow, correct. You have to be sporty, you have to accept the challenges in the life. Only then will you be able to be capable enough to stand, to make your own stand in the life, correct. So, and also keep your notes complete, my dear students. Many of you have the doubts. Many of the parents and the students call me up and ask me that sir, shall we write it in the fair book or rough book? So let me tell you, in whichever book you are noting it down for now, keep the notes properly with the proper date and heading. Whenever you are sending homework to your follow-up teachers, particularly, I request you all to keep the notes date-wise, correct, and not the haphazardly as you like. Lastly, stay safe, stay home. Do not go out of your house unnecessarily. Only if very much important thing is there, then I would suggest you to go out. And then even after going out, if you return back to your home, make sure that you properly wash your hands, properly sanitize your clothes, properly use sanitizer and masks. Yes, mask is must. Correct? So I hope you will follow the instructions, the curricular and co-curricular instructions properly, and I hope you are doing well in your life. Take care, students. Goodbye.